right to the point. Student ministry update. As always, I just want to give you a couple of tidbits to keep you in the loop and up to speed with what is happening here in the youth ministry here at Grace Point. The first big thing that's on our radar is obviously the concert this coming Sunday, Sunday the 23rd. It's the Sanctus Real concert, but this is a special concert for us because this is going to be our end of the year 110 event celebration. And just to let you know, the concert starts at 7 o'clock, and students are responsible to find a ride there and also find a ride home, and normally that would be the parent. And so if you get asked, we're going to all just be meeting down there, and we're going to have a wonderful time. If you're interested in buying tickets, we still have a couple available. Those will be available on Sunday in both services, and you can buy those for $12. So let's unload those. Think of a friend or a friend of a friend that you think would really get a lot out of that night, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Parents are invited. Adults can go. So if you've been, thinking, maybe I shouldn't go, yes, this is open to anybody. And we're just going to go down and just have a wonderful time. If you are not familiar with Sanctus Real, they're just a great band, and they got a great heart and a great ministry. So don't miss out on that. And that is this Sunday, the 23rd, 7 o'clock, Tri-Point. If you need directions, the website's going to be down at the bottom of the screen, and you can click on that. I believe it's trinitybaptist.org/concerts. So anyway, click on that, and then you can get all the details from there. Wednesday, which is the 26th, we are actually having our last youth worker meeting before summer gets here. We're going to be talking about the fall and some exciting changes we have on the horizon with that, so we want to make sure you don't miss that. Also, bring your favorite dessert, and we're just going to eat, which is a great thing to do, and following the tradition with a church gathering, and we're just going to talk about the future and dream a little bit and move forward from there. So make sure you don't miss that. That is for you. The next thing, 2 days later, is the 28th, Friday, starting at 7 o'clock. That is our graduation banquet, and we are going to be sending off our seniors in style. We've catered the food, we've catered the desserts, and I'm going to be speaking, which is always a treat and a highlight. Anyway, we're going to be doing that Friday, and we want you to be a part of it. If you would like to come, or if you would like to bring your family, tickets are $10, and that just helps us offset the cost of putting this on. And you just let Virginia know how many you want, and we'll make sure that you get your tickets, and you can also be a part of our celebration as we celebrate and send out our seniors in the best way that we possibly can and know how. And then June the 2nd will be our last Wednesday night programming for the summer. And so what we're going to do is we're going to hang out, we're going to worship Jesus, and we're going to play games, we're going to act stupid and just blow off some steam. So please, you are welcome to come and be a part of that as well, just so you can love on your students and enjoy the night. That is really it. I've been going through a book. It's called The Shape of Faith to Come. There you go. And it's not the most exciting read, I'm not going to lie, but there is a part that I shared Wednesday night with our students, and I want to share it with you as well, just to minister to you, because sometimes we can get so busy serving God and so busy fulfilling obligations and doing wonderful things for God that we actually stop seeking God. And that's kind of the point of this particular chapter, and I want to read this to you. In Psalms it says, "As a deer longs for streams of water, so I long for you, and God, I thirst for you, the living God. When can I come and appear before God?" So with that verse in mind, this is what he says. He says, as a college sophomore, I heard a conference speaker talk about seeking God, and he said his topic was seeking God's face and not his hands. And he says he was moved by the speaker's passion. He said here was a man who had sought and found God. And he said, I was drawn to the invitation by God to seek, know, and to love him. And he went on to say, imagine that the God of the universe has invited and called us to know him above serving him. And I think that's really profound. And so he goes on to complete this thought by saying, it's easy to serve God without passionately seeking him. He says many leaders become lost on this dry path, and if we're not careful, we think because we once sought God and worshiped God with fervor, we're still okay. In reality, it could be that we are actually running on fumes. And I want to share that with you because it is very easy to be a small group leader and to serve God in such an amazing way. As a minister serving youth, it's easy to serve. many times it's more of a challenge to seek God just for the sake of seeking Him in His face. And so he goes on to say that God deserves a lot more than service without seeking. He deserves our prayers. He deserves our praises and worship. And it reeks of ingratitude when we serve without worship. And so I want to share this with you because too many times we see churches that are dry, they're shallow, they're passionless, and they're checking off all the right boxes and doing all the right things, but they're not seeking God. And that is always has to be on the front end of our relationship with God is developing the relationship and not just doing. And so I want to close with this passage here. It's 2 Timothy 3. It says, "But we know difficult times will come in the last days. For people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, ungrateful, unholy, unloving, irreconcilable, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, without love for what is good, traitors, reckless. They are conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God." Whew, I'm glad we're not guilty of any of those. But here's the thing. At the end of this verse, he says, "And holding to the form of religion, but denying its power." And the warning here says to avoid these types of people. And God forbid the Point Student Ministry looks religious, but we deny the true power of God, which we know is the only thing that makes this worthwhile and the only thing that produces real change in the lives of the students that we're ministering to. So if you find yourself where you're running on fumes, do a self-assessment this week and really seek the Lord and say, "God, am I seeking you as much as I'm serving you?" And that is a very convicting thing for this minister here. So I wanted to pass that on to you. I want you to know I just love you, and I am so grateful to serve with you, and I hope that you will never just hear that as just lip service. I really do mean that, and the best is yet to come, and I just cannot wait to see what God does in our own lives, and then as an overflow into the lives of the students we've been blessed to steward. So anyway, have a wonderful week. I hope to see you at the Sanctus Real concert. It's going to be an amazing, just amazing rest of our month. I love you, be blessed, and have a wonderful rest of your week.